You're under arrest. Hands behind your back.
My name is Rodney Sherrod, retired police commander, vice president and chief instructor for Wrap Technologies Training Academy. I would like to discuss an incident which occurred on December 18th where officers from the Loveland, Colorado Police Department received a call by an individual exposing himself at a busy grocery store. Indecent exposure, such an egregious act, one which the public demands the police to take immediate action to stop this criminal behavior from reoccurring. We all know and understand there is a mental health crisis in the United States, and each law enforcement agency has become the de facto social services. Every law enforcement officer and their command are seeking alternative solutions to resolve use of force situations. We can all agree, situations between officers and uncooperative individuals are usually chaotic, and officers have limited options for those individuals who are not showing signs of active aggression towards the officers. Instead of waiting for an encounter to unfold and escalate, the use of the BolaWrap can effectuate an arrest quickly, safely, and humanely. In this incident, officers arrive on scene with prior knowledge of this individual's mental state and understanding they have the legal right to detain him for a criminal offense. The officer understands he has limited options to restrain this individual. The use of a conducted energy device, given the individual's non-aggressive manner and the heavy clothing he was wearing, would not have been a viable option. The option of chasing after the individual and tackling him to the ground, which almost guarantees an injury to the individual or the officer, is never a safe option. The most viable option was the use of the BolaWrap, which quickly wrapped the subject's lower legs, causing him to fall to the ground. And unlike other tools of the trade, the individual was able to brace his fall with his hands, resulted in zero injury. We see time and time again, with agencies not having the BolaWrap as an option, officers are forced to resort to hands-on techniques or utilizing less lethal tools, which requires additional resources, an extensive amount of paperwork, and at times either offender or officer injuries. There's always been a gap between verbal commands and empty hand control and less lethal tools. The BolaWrap fills this gap, and when used early on in an encounter to de-escalate the situation, this prevents the likelihood of the individual resisting or requiring the officer to use a pain compliance tool. Policing is a challenge, and here at Wrap, we feel we are turning the tide on 21st century policing. The ability for this device to reduce officer injuries, offender injuries, liability claims, and community outrage is unparalleled in law enforcement. Our mission statement defines who we are: providing safer outcomes for officers and citizens by using innovation, compassion, and unity.